take a deep breath and let it go. One more time. Slowly breathe in and completely release. For these next moments, imagine that there are no limits on what your mind is allowed to explore. You don't have to decide what is possible forever. You are simply giving yourself permission to imagine. Relax your body, your face, your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, your legs, your feet. Let yourself become still. Imagine yourself at the beginning of a beautiful path. You cannot see the entire journey. You don't need to. You can see only the next few steps. And somehow, that is enough. Why is every day teaching me new ways to experience deeper peace within myself? Why am I learning to stop carrying yesterday into today? Why do I release what no longer belongs in my future? Why does calmness become easier to access? Now, look around you. Notice what is already good. Have you ever noticed what happens when you stop rushing? Why does life keep giving me more reasons to appreciate how fortunate I already am? The moment you decide to just sit still, the world around you actually starts to shift. Why do I notice beauty more easily? It is not that the scenery changed. It is because active gratitude rewires how your brain processes the everyday environment. Why do small moments feel more meaningful? The quiet afternoon light, or a simple look from a friend. These become the anchors that keep you completely present. Why does my heart become fuller when I pause and say thank you? Saying thank you is not just polite. It releases a rush of dopamine, washing away the stress you didn't even know you carried. This shift in perspective is the ultimate form of self-care. It calms your nervous system and builds deep emotional resilience. Take a deep breath. Now, see yourself healthy and caring for yourself wisely every single day. Why am I becoming increasingly energized, balanced, and committed to caring for my body and well-being? It's a shift that almost catches you by surprise. You stop forcing things, you stop running on empty. Why am I naturally choosing what supports me? Instead of quick fixes or endless distractions, you find yourself gravitating toward quiet stability, toward what actually sustains you. Why do I listen more closely? When you tune out the noise, your internal voice becomes impossible to ignore. You hear exactly what's been missing. Why do I give myself the rest, nourishment, movement, and care I need? Because you realize self-care isn't selfish. It's the fundamental baseline. You simply cannot pour from an empty cup. Only when your own foundation is solid does your vision clear. Now see the people closest to your heart. By nourishing yourself first, you finally have the capacity to truly be there for them. Why is love becoming the language I naturally speak, receive, and express in my relationships? Why are my relationships becoming safer? Why are we understanding each other more deeply? Why do we forgive more easily? Why are we creating memories filled with warmth and laughter? Now see yourself opening another door. Behind it is possibility. Why do new possibilities for meaningful prosperity continue revealing themselves to me? Why am I becoming better at recognizing value? Why do useful ideas seem to arrive at exactly the moments I need them? Why am I increasingly willing to act on opportunities that align with my values? Now imagine the possibilities multiplying. One opportunity leads to another. One skill creates another possibility. One relationship introduces another. One courageous decision changes another part of your life. Why does abundance continue multiplying throughout my life in ways that support my highest values? Why am I becoming increasingly receptive to opportunities, resources, ideas, love, time, and prosperity? Why does having more allow me to contribute more? Why does abundance make me more generous rather than less grounded? Now see your financial future. You are not frantic. You are not chasing. You are building. Why am I becoming increasingly capable of creating substantial wealth while remaining peaceful, generous, grounded, and true to myself? Why does financial wisdom become more natural? Why am I becoming more comfortable thinking bigger? Why do I understand that wealth can create freedom rather than pressure? Why do I use prosperity as a tool for a meaningful life? Now imagine success, not the exhausting kind, the kind that feels aligned. Why is life teaching me how to accomplish meaningful things with greater ease, clarity, joy, and peace? Why do I recognize what truly matters? Why do I let go of unnecessary struggle? Why am I learning to work intelligently instead of simply working harder? Why can I succeed while remaining healthy? Why can I grow while remaining present? Why can I become prosperous without losing the people and values I treasure? Now, step back and see the entire picture. A peaceful mind, a cared-for body, a loving family, meaningful relationships, growing prosperity, expanding abundance, financial freedom, joy, purpose, and a deep appreciation for life. You are not trying to force this picture into existence. You are using it as a compass. And now, ask the final question. Let it echo gently through your mind. Why am I getting better, and better every day? Why do I keep becoming wiser? Why do I keep becoming healthier? Why do I keep becoming more peaceful? Why do I keep becoming more loving? Why do I keep becoming more prosperous? Why do I keep becoming more confident? Why do I keep becoming more grateful? Why do I keep becoming more capable? Why does my life continue opening in beautiful and unexpected ways? Now stop asking. Simply listen. Whatever thought comes, whatever image appears, whatever feeling arises, allow it. Perhaps you see yourself helping someone. Perhaps you see your family laughing. Perhaps you see financial freedom. Perhaps you see yourself healthy and peaceful. Perhaps you see yourself doing work you love. Perhaps you see nothing at all. That is perfectly fine. The purpose is not to force a picture. The purpose is to create space for possibility. Take a deep breath and imagine tomorrow. You wake up, you breathe, and you ask yourself, what can become better today? Not perfect, better. A little wiser, a little healthier, a little kinder, a little more grateful, a little more prosperous, a little more peaceful. And then you act. One small step, one meaningful choice, one loving conversation, one healthy decision, one financial decision, one moment of gratitude, one opportunity recognized, one unnecessary worry released. That is enough for today, because your life does not transform through one enormous moment. It transforms through the accumulation of small moments. And perhaps that is why you are already becoming someone new, someone calmer, someone wiser, someone healthier, someone more loving, someone more prosperous, someone more joyful. Take another breath. Feel the room around you. Feel your body. Feel your hands, your feet, your breathing, and slowly return. Bring peace with you. Bring gratitude. Bring love. Bring possibility. Bring the quiet confidence that your next chapter can be better than your last. And remember your question, not as a demand, not as pressure, as an invitation. Why am I getting better, better, and better every day? Take one final breath and let yourself smile. You don't need to know every answer. You only need to remain open to discovering them today, tomorrow, and every day after that. Because life is still unfolding and you are still becoming better, better, and better every day.